What's up, guys? Big Papa Drock back with another RaidShadowLegends video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I'm recording this video on a Sunday. It's Reset Sunday. It's been a pretty good weekend for me. All of my football teams have actually won for once, which is the Jaguars and the Florida Gators. So very happy about that. The Jaguars were winless before this weekend. So nice to finally get a W. I don't know if any of you guys are football fans, or maybe there's another sport that you love. Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to know kind of what my viewers enjoy watching. But speaking of what we're watching, today we're going to be looking at the recently buffed Gurgoh the Augur, because oh man, does this buff look juicy, and I am super excited to get to test this guy out in a couple of different sets. So let's get into the thick of it and see what we've got with our boy Gurgoh, because I tell you what, there's a chance this guy could be the meta, no joke, going forward in Arena. His damage, I think, could be really good. Certainly his new skill kit is awesome. So let's take a look at what our boy Gurgoh can do. So first and foremost, the skills. We got the A1, attacks one enemy 2 times, places an extra hit if the target has a freeze debuff. I don't think this skill has changed, at least in terms of what it does. Maybe they bumped the damage, I can't remember, but same skill that it was before. The changes are on the A2 and the A3. So let's take a look at the A2. Bone Chiller removes all buffs from all enemies, has an 80% chance of placing a freeze debuff on all enemies for 1 turn after that buff removal, and then grants an extra turn. This has changed, and what an awesome change it is, because prior to the buff, it didn't remove all buffs. It would only remove up to 2 buffs. So now we're getting 2 random buffs, by the way. So now we're getting a complete buff strip, which is massively in the meta, being able to take buffs away. And he has a chance to freeze after he takes those buffs away. And then it grants an extra turn, and that is massive. We're going to talk about why shortly. So granting an extra turn after you buff strip, after you potentially freeze, that's huge. That is potentially a phenomenal ability in today's Arena. And then let's take a look at the A3. Avalanche attacks all enemies, places a 60% decrease debuff on all enemies for 2 turns, places an extra hit if the target is under a freeze debuff. Oh baby, this could be monstrous. This has changed as well. This used to be a single target, placing an extra hit if the, or single hitter, I should say, placing an extra hit if the target was under a freeze debuff. Now it's an AoE, and he gets a decreased defense as well on top of that. And I want to talk about why this could be a monstrous ability. So first and foremost, you know, the big problem, of course, with Arena nowadays, as it has been for the last 1.5 to 2 years, is polymorph. You can't place debuffs, you can't strip. Now, obviously, Pinpoint has come in to try to adjust that a little bit, hasn't completely fixed it. There's still more work to do. But the biggest thing here is if you don't get sheeped when doing this A2, you get the extra turn. If you land a couple freezes, now you're potentially doing massive damage right away. And also, if you don't get sheeped that first go around when you're buff stripping and laying the freeze, you're not going to get sheeped when he places the decreased defense. You're safe, you're good to go, because you can only get sheeped once per turn for the enemy. So this could be absolutely massive in Arena in terms of the damage that is put out. Let's take a look at the passive. Frost Embrace, when hit by an enemy, has a 30% chance of placing a freeze debuff on the attacker for 1 turn, increases the damage inflicted by allies against enemies under a freeze debuff by 25%. Holy smokes. So you're getting a 25% damage increase to mitigate the damage reduction from freeze, right? And on top of that, you're getting multiple turns and buff stripping. I mean, this kit is phenomenal. And they've also changed his aura to an Arena speed aura. Boom. Yes. Good. This is what this guy needed. What an incredible change for Gurgoh the Augur. He was really not great before. If you might remember, if you remember back in the day, Sado, our old buddy Sado, who we used to do live Arena against, he did have a +4 nasty Gurgoh the Augur, and he made him look decent in Arena. But this change, frankly, should make him meta. Or at the very least, extremely good, depending on what the damage looks like. So Masteries or Blessing-wise, I just have them in Soul Reap. Frankly, you know, this really isn't the meta right now. You'd want to change this to something like maybe, I don't know, Heaven Cast if you're putting a lot of buffs on him, or potentially Polymorph if you have it 6-star. Maybe Cruelty because you're hitting twice if you have 6-star on that. I think those are probably going to be your best bets. Phantom Touch could also work as well. I'm just going to leave it right now as Soul Reap, but I don't think this is really your best choice. Let's take a look at the Masteries and what we've got him in here. So he does need accuracy, of course, so we have gone with the accuracy tree. Get a little boost on some of the accuracy there. Lore Steal, again, boosting some of those stats. And then you'll notice for the offense tree, we're going opportunists. This used to be the meta back in the day, right? Because we're getting increased damage if we freeze somebody. So every nuker 2 or 3 years ago before Polymorph used to be built with this. Well, guess what, baby? For Gurgoh the Augur, it is back. Build him an opportunist. We're going Helm Smasher down here. You can't see. We're also going Kill Streak, increasing the damage. And then Methodical as well. You could certainly switch over from Ruthless Ambush to, Whirlwind of Death if you want more speed. But frankly, I kind of like this. You're getting more damage on that first hit, and you're getting more damage overall with Opportunist. So this is an old school style mastery here. But yeah, what can I say? I think it's the way to go. Let's take a look at how we have him built. Now, I have 2 builds for you guys today. We're going to start with this first build, which is a Savage Pinpoint build. Well, if I put him in the right build, hold on. I've got the preset here. I got to actually put it on. So let's put on this. Oh, I am trying on this preset. Okay, interesting. What the world? Hold on. Am I trying on this preset? Oh, I didn't switch the accessories. I'm like, what? What's going on? Like I had this fixed. Okay, there we go. Yes, put it on. Spend the silver. All right, now he's in Savage and Pinpoint, and we even have a piece of Merciless on him to bump up his damage. But we've got, with this build, 4-piece Pinpoint, 4-piece Savage. So he only gets 1 stack of intercept off of this. Let's take a look at the gear itself. Some pretty solid stuff here. Obviously, very tough to get really good Pinpoint artifacts right now. So I'm just kind of making do with what I got. We've got 2 weeks left to farm that at the time of the recording. They're going to have to bring that set back ASAP. It's just way, way more powerful than anything else in the game currently. We got triple crit rate here, HP and speed, not bad at all. Speed boots, attack percentage. We do want to build him pretty fast. We actually should boost up the accuracy. Let's just use a glyph there. We'll use a little 5-star glyph. And then we got attack percentage with attack percentage, speed, and accuracy. And then crit damage with accuracy. Okay, again, we're going to boost up the accuracy. I might regret this if I switch these pieces to other nukers. Before the video, we'll get a little bit more accuracy in there. So attack percentage, crit damage. He's an attack-based champion. Again, you need to build him with accuracy as well. I could glyph some stuff here. Let's do that. Let's throw a little 5-star glyph on. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. You love to see it. And you know what? I'll throw a 4-star speed on there too. And then we'll throw that on there as well. Why not? Boost him up. Okay. Fair enough. Maybe one HP glyph as well. Let's just get him really looking strong for the video. So you get 1 free gear space, of course, when you're doing Pinpoint, and another, you get 1 that you can do something with. We've gone Merciless here because it's the best overall thing on my account for him to boost up his damage. Then we've got crit damage with crit damage ascension, again, accuracy as well. And then an attack amulet, ring, also with attack here. So overall, Pinpoint, really tough to get good gear in it, easier to get good accessories. And I think this build is, as I would say, pretty good. Like, there's definitely more room for glyphing. But overall, we're sitting at just above 8,000 attack, 277 speed, 321% crit damage, and 416 accuracy. Now, you could hypothetically build him with more accuracy, maybe more like 600. I want to try to keep him in this build and see how he does in terms of, is this enough to get through some of the higher resistance stuff out there, because you really do need to play some of those debuffs, the freeze, the decreased defense. So this might not be enough accuracy. I don't know. I haven't tested them. We're going to find out when we go into Platinum Arena. Speed-wise, you do want him fast. Honestly, I'd probably rather have him more around 290, 300. Again, there's some areas I could glyph once I have more glyphs. Let's see. Actually, this is pretty glyphed up. Yeah, okay, so there's a little bit here I could get. I could get a little bit more glyphage. So probably could get him like 285 without too much trouble, which obviously would help. So more speed, the better for Gurgoh, because you want him stripping those buffs. Let's go ahead and let's take him in to the dungeons. Let's take him into Dragon's Lair and see what he does. So obviously we're testing him first in the, Savage Perception build. He's going to do more damage in this build than a full Perception build, not Perception, Pinpoint, P words here. So I'm curious to see, if he really needs to be in Savage, or can he get by if he's in ideally 9-piece Pinpoint or even a 6-piece Pinpoint, depending on what it kind of looks like. So let's roll. What are we going to roll with here? We'll go Shuzen. Give him an increased attack Buff, we'll go Gurgoh. Beautiful, and we'll go Lydia. Where is Lydia? There she is. You know, I think I actually need Arbiter in here because I'm going to have to do a couple rounds because my Gurgoh might be faster than my Lydia now. So, okay, awesome. Let's take a look at what he does damage-wise. I am really excited to see this. This is actually slow Arbiter. I screwed this up already, but, you know, it's the thought that counts, guys. So we'll just leave with his A1 for now. He's not going to place... Hold on. I thought his A1 didn't place an extra hit unless they were frozen. We'll take a look at that in a second. Maybe it's 3 hits instead of 2. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's already a double hitter. Let's take a look. Yes. Okay. So 3 hits instead of 2. That's great when you think about UDK and getting around that. And not a bad hitting A1 overall if you're doing 3 hits. Okay. Here we go. Let's freeze them up. Hypothetically, we're stripping their buffs. I can't wait to see what this skill does. Oh, baby. How's the damage going to look? Let's find out. Oh, yes. 287 and 253. That's 500K. Oh, my goodness. Gurgoh, you naughty, naughty, naughty boy. That is disgusting. That is great. 500K potentially for an AoE. We'll take that all day long. Let's take out this one. Let's put in our other Arbiter who's faster. That way we don't have to go more than 1 turn. There we go. Let's do this again. Oh, Gurgoh, you are a naughty boy. I am excited, guys. This guy has needed a buff for the longest freaking time, right? I mean, he has needed a buff. We're not going to get all the things on him here. We're going to take away the extra crit damage of Shuzhen and just see what he does. But I am excited. So we get the extra turn here. Now, the only downside to that, of course, is your buffs are going to fall off a little bit faster. So unless you have lasting gifts on, you get lucky with that. That is something to be aware of. But we've frozen everybody. Let's go to the AoE. Hypothetically, we'd be placing a decreased defense if we didn't already have it. What do you got for me, Gurgoh? 236, 258, 260, even without the extra crit damage. Again, hitting over 500. Guys, this dude is going to be absolutely disgusting in Arena, I truly feel. That damage is fantastic, and it's AoE based because, again, they've changed the skill, but the big thing there is you're not worrying about freeze, and on top of that, he is buff stripping. That is so important. Think about how often you run into Stone Skin. The more buff strippers you have, the better. Now, again, the big problem for him is always going to be, are you getting polymorphed, right? Like, that's the big question. Are you getting polymorphed or not? And hopefully Pinpoint negates that. The big question is going to be, do we have to have more Pinpoint, or can we get by with just this amount of Pinpoint? So let's take a look. We'll go ahead and use a Warlord to shut things down. We'll bring out a Necro to protect him. Boo, 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 boo. This is definitely kind of more of an old school team. You don't see this as much, although you might see it in Classic Arena still. All right, let's see what he's got. Let's see. Do we need more buff strippers, or can we get by with this? And can we get by with not getting polymorphed? That's my real big question here. Freeze him up. Okay, we don't have enough, so that's very important. Look at that. We're already getting resisted, so that's important to note, given where we're at accuracy-wise. He might need more accuracy in this build, right? Oh, my God, he just survived. Good Lord. Oh, holy smokes. Woo! It's rough. That's scary. He might die here. Okay, no. Shield protects him, and he didn't get polymorph, which is big. Now, we didn't strip, of course. There was more resistance on this. And Stone Skin, which is big. We didn't strip the Taurus, so you'd hope. And certainly the... Oh, but there we go. We popped the freeze. That's big. Look at that. Oh, my God. I'm telling you guys, this dude, if you got him, I think you got to build him. I think you got to build him. I might want to build him with more accuracy, but man, oh man, oh man, there is some incredible stuff that this guy could do. Now, we get a triple hitter here with an A1, which ignores Taurus's passive. So let's take a look. The triple hitter, not bad. Not bad at all. Ooh, okay, ooh, Necrit keeping him alive. Ooh, please keep him alive, Necrit. Oh, man, I'm so happy that they finally buffed this guy correctly. They had buffed him once before, by the way, and it was not, as you can imagine, enough. It wasn't enough. Now, can we get a turn? Are we going to be able to get the buff strip here? Do we get polymorph? Oh, big importance. Okay, we did get it there. Not worth really using. Now they're going to be able to res. Odin, man. Tricky dude. Also, interestingly built Odin in a protection set, right? Let's get rid of the Odin so we don't get the block damage up again. Man, tell you what, you gotta, it's really interesting to see when you don't have enough accuracy. So obviously building with accuracy, very important on some of these champs. And like these champs aren't built to go up against resistance teams. So if I were just doing this normally in a classic arena, I would pick something that has more accuracy on it than the champ builds that I'm using right now, but I wasn't paying attention to the team power. All right, let's keep it going. So you got to have your supports on point, I guess is the point I'm trying to make here. Oh my God, this is taking forever. This is annoying. With more accuracy, this is not a problem. But he certainly is built with enough accuracy for non-supports, right? So so any kind of champion that isn't built with resist should be good. And I love the fact that he's dropping these freezes, man. That's so big. So big to get the freeze on there. All right, strip some buffs. We did get the buff removal. Let's put down Odin there. Keep healing with Warlord. Okay, at least Shu Zhen has got enough accuracy to land some stuff there. And the A1 is pretty solid, even without the freeze. Okay, here comes Polymorph to make things more exciting. As it always does. Let's do another AoE. We don't get the bonus hit, and we also don't get, as you saw, the decreased defense to land. So that's important. Landing his debuffs, pretty darn important, right? Okay, he doesn't pop out. That could be a big problem. Oh, I was really hoping Warlord didn't go there, but that's okay. We should be able to go. See, we get around to it. We do get around to it. Let's go ahead and just instant turn. Drop the freeze. We froze both nukers, and there we go. Okay, that took way longer than it needed to because it was a resistance team. So let's see if we can find some teams that maybe aren't resistance based and see what we do there. This looks interesting. Let's try this. Let's try a little Siegfried. Again, we're going against a Marichka here. Very annoying. Let's just try to instant in there. Resist it again. Okay. So I might have to build him with more accuracy. I think we might need like that 550, 600 range plus accuracy to get stuff done. I mean, again, we have enough accuracy for any kind of like nuker or non-support, but we're seeing a lot of resists here on the other champs, which is important. So maybe we'll go back and build them with more accuracy the next go around. But certainly the damage is real solid, and we'll take that all day, every day. And that freeze is that freeze is pretty awesome. I can't lie. I mean, again, the question is, do you get polymorphed, right? Like, do you get polymorphed, or can you get away with not getting polymorphed? So far, with one stack of intercept, we're doing all right here. How much polymorph is on that team in the first place? Only one. So this was a low-level team in terms of polymorph. I think we might need to build them with more accuracy overall. Let's see what else we got here. We got Marius. Okay, here's a full speed team. Let's see. Full speed, low resistance for sure. What does he do? Freeze him up. No polymorph. Knock him down. Beautiful damage too. Let's refresh. All right, what do we got here? High resist all around. Now, the awesome thing about it, too, is he's void, right? So you're not worried about affinities. You're not worried about weak hitting on this buff strip. Oh, we're slower. This is rough. Oh, God. God help us. Armands, no. Not Armands. Not like this. Oh, they increased the cooldown. Please don't be on the... Okay, awesome. Stripped. Boom! Get shipped, son. Get wrecked, Armands. God, I hate that champion. Oh, I wish they'd never created him. But hey, you know what? We got it done. We got it done. We did what we needed to do. We survived there. And we killed without increased attack either, which is big. We had enough there to get through. Block the active skills, and the Soul Reap actually does something for once. Okay, we'll take that. Who else is not... Ooh, this is fast, though. I don't know if we're fast enough here. We'll find out. Yeah, man, he is pretty sick, guys. Damage-wise, he's pretty freaking sick. And the ability to just freeze everything and knock him down like that, if you can get through the stone skin, man, you can do some nasty, nasty stuff. I just need to build him with more accuracy, straight up. I need to aim for 600 plus accuracy. The hardest part with that is how do you maintain his damage, right? How do you maintain his damage when you're doing that? Can you get enough accuracy without completely knocking down his damage? Now, again, if he's placed in decreased defense, you're getting a boost there, right? So there's more leeway maybe than with other champs. But if you can land, I mean, look at that. If you can strip the buffs, and if you can land that decreased defense debuff, that A3 with the double hitter, especially if you land the freeze, it's just free. It's just freaking filthy. I mean, it's just filthy. This looks like it's another potential resist team here. We'll take a gander just in case. This could definitely backfire. Pretty sure these guys are built in resistance, but why not? Let's give it a go. Okay, we did strip. That's beautiful. And we didn't lose any of our stuff. Fantastic. Oh, man. Oh, man. The Narcissus. He got reset. Can we lock him out? Nope, we didn't get it. Okay, we put her down. Obviously annoying that Marichka's back. But I'm gonna hold off, I think. That might have been the wrong move, timing-wise. I wasn't candidly paying attention the way I should have been. Oh, he slept. Okay, we blocked the active skills. Big. He's awake. His cooldown's increased, but he's awake. So they do have a resist and Korra here. Let's heal up. Oh, I forgot that he's not locked in here. That was a mistake. That's all right, though. And even if you don't get the second term, it's still not bad damage-wise, right? We didn't land the decreased defense there. It still did good, even without the second hit. Man, I tell you what, I got to rebuild him, but I think this guy, I think this is it. Now, we are in a Savage Pinpoint build. Let's switch him over to full Pinpoint and see how much his damage hurts. And again, he's still not built with enough accuracy. I need to put more on him. But let's switch him over just to see. So remember, right now we're sitting at 8K attack with 321% crit damage and 277 speed. Let's switch over to the Pinpoint build that I had put on. 6-piece Pinpoint, and I think, yes, we'll try that. And let's switch over. 700,000 silver. Love that. What are the total stats here? 7,400 with 329. So a little bit more crit damage. About 600 less attack. You can see the pieces here. Some similarities here. Definitely areas to Glyph for sure. And we've got him in Cruel, so he does get a little bit of ignore defense, but should be a big overall difference in terms of damage because he's losing that Savage. Let's bring him back into Arena. Now, accuracy-wise, what was his accuracy at? Let's take a quick look. What was he sitting at accuracy-wise there? 408. So basically the same. We're still not enough. I think I'm going to rebuild him for like 600 accuracy. Something like that. If I'm able to not sacrifice immense amounts of damage doing it. That's the one thing that concerns me with that, right? Switch out the Suzanne. Because I don't know if I'm fast enough here. Everyone's gotten so fast in Arena lately. It is crazy the amount of speed that we see now, right? Absolute nuts. Nutty speed all around. Let me try to trigger this. Yes, we triggered that. Beautiful. And now I can strip it. Well, I could have. Armand's is the most annoying, overpowered champion that they have ever built. Like, stupid. God, I hate this champion. Yes, let's give a one-turn cooldown on the freaking A1. Anyway, whatever. Like, we know how I feel about this champ and about polymorph and everything else. Again, we're freezing when people are hitting us. So good. That is such an underrated part of his kit. Damage-wise, he seems to be doing fine. Now, obviously, we're hitting kind of nothing crazy here. But we didn't get polymorph. We've yet to get polymorph, which is big. Biggest challenge right now is just too much resist in almost all of these teams for the current build. Got to try to find someone with less resist right now. Again, if we can build him with more accuracy, it won't be as much of a problem. God, what an incredible buff, though. I have to hand it to Plarium. They've done a couple buffs recently that are actually legitimately good. Like, good, makes sense, smart, like the kind of stuff that needs to happen. And sure enough, we're starting to get some of those. Odin puts his stuff up. I don't care. Strip it, baby. Boom, sit down. Okay, that's enough damage. That's enough damage. That's more than enough. I mean, obviously this isn't a super tanky team, but more than enough, I think. The Soul Reap gonna kill him here, which is funny. Man, our base's A1 is so disgusting too. All right, I kind of need to kill this Odin before he puts up the block damage. So we'll do that now. And then we'll kill the Siegfried, and then Bob's your uncle. Game over. Let's go. Dude, this champ is sick. I think you can build this champion in 6 or 9 piece pinpoint, no problem, if you have it. You know, I think you got to maximize as much as possible the accuracy. Get to that 600 place plus. I mean, certainly if I could do more, I would. I just think the problem is eventually you start compromising on damage, and that's not good. You don't want to compromise on damage. We're going to hold off here. Let's try to strip. Okay, we did get a couple strips. That's big. We didn't lose any of our intercepts. That's big. Now we're getting locked out. That's not fun. Galathier. Unfortunately, didn't get polymorph, but I think we only have... Yeah, we have 2 polymorph there, actually, now that I think about it. Do we want to kill... Do we want to get the block damage up on the Siegfried here? We're not going to get anything back for a while. I think I kind of want to force him into the other form. I think that's the smart play. Let's see if we have enough damage to kill. Not quite. We're getting stunned. Now we got frozen there. Tough. Go ahead and do this now. Oh. Rough. But he's back because I got the buff from Arbeus up. Protect him again. Siegfried locked out there. Interesting. So he's able to act through... Oh, no. Okay, he doesn't act through petrification. I was going to be like, damn, that's really broken. So he doesn't get... He loses his turn there because he was petrified. I've actually never had that happen before. That was cool. And now we finish him off. Sick. Dude, what a cool champion, man. What a great buff. What a great freaking buff. Let's take him once into Dragon just to see the damage difference between having no Savage versus having Savage. I'm just curious, just to be thorough here. So we've already switched him over. Let's see what it looks like. All right. We're going to buff. There we go. Get the decreased defense and the weaken out. Throw out the freeze. Let's take a look again. What does he do? 194, 236. That's 400k. Hey, you know what? 400k in arena on an AoE. That's fine. That's totally fine. That's good. That's not incredible, of course, but that's pretty darn good. That's not like game breaking, but you can make that work if you're landing those debuffs, right? And if you don't land decreased defense, I think it's a little bit of a different story. You're going to really be kind of not hitting super hard, even with a double hit. You got to land the freeze. You got to land the decreased defense. You got to get both. So you're getting that double hit, that 400k versus that 200k. That's a massive difference in damage. But if you have enough accuracy on him, you can absolutely make him work in a pinpoint set and still do damage without Savage. Awesome buff, Plarium. This is the kind of stuff that I love to see. More champions becoming usable when they were basically unusable beforehand. And certainly Gurgoh really, really needed help. So guys, what do you think, having watched him now? Do you like the buff? Do you think he's in the meta? I think he certainly can be if you build him fast enough and you build him with enough accuracy. I'm going to be using him in live arena for sure. Maybe even classic arena as well. I think I'm going to boost his accuracy up quite a bit. See if I can get him a little bit faster also. But man, what a great buff. This is the kind of stuff that you love to see. So Plarium, great job. I hope you have more of these in store. Certainly there are a ton of champions that need them. Cough, Raglan, please buff Raglan, cough. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you thought down below. Have a wonderful day, and I will catch you soon. Big Baba Drock, out.